Good morning. So, I want to talk about how during the spiritual awakening, all of the paths lead to the same place. So, all choices are correct. And during the spiritual awakening, once you are on it, you are on it. You are on this journey. So, no matter where you turn along the way, you are always going to be presented with reflections of yourself. It's because the yourself is coming to the surface. Your awareness is becoming more and more to yourself. You're becoming more and more aware of yourself, of situations, of your behaviors, of others. You're coming more and more into the moment and paying attention. And as you progress, the universe begins to speak to you. So, places that you are out of sync with the universe, you'll start getting signs from people, places, situations, even from nature. You will see the cycle of life or the aspects of truth within the cycles of nature. And so there really is no escaping. And because we are facing ourselves, there's immense amount of pain that we go through during the spiritual awakening. And having to face ourselves and be courageous and have courage and go in and align ourselves with our true selves, overcome the fears. So we're coming into our higher selves or into our full potential or into the ability to create the life that is um, most aligned with ourselves and getting that getting rid of insecurities that we have that are holding us back and false beliefs that are holding us back and having to face ourselves and face the places that we are out of alignment and realign ourselves and step into our true purpose and our true being and being able to be strong in our own purpose and say it like we see it and say it like it is and rise into our highest self. It's a very painful process because we are losing aspects of self. It's like our whole inner being, our whole being, and our outer world, everything is broken down to bones, broken down to flattened, leveled. Our who we believe that we are, everything that we based our lives on, the beliefs of of what is possible for us and what we can achieve and what we can't achieve, and life curiosity and playfulness and feeling worthy of what it is that I truly want and stepping towards it and stepping into it and um, feeling worthy. See, there's a key because once you feel worthy for something, then you allow it to come into your life. Until you feel that you are worthy of it, even if it comes knocking at the door, you will be so afraid of it because you're afraid that you're not going to stand up into it. You're going to be afraid that you won't know what to do in the situation. But you can trust that whatever comes into your life comes there for a reason and serves a purpose. Even if the purpose is that you don't stand up in it in the first time and then you stand up in the next time, because you will have that lesson and you will have that experience and you will taste the taste of what it feels like to miss an opportunity or to see that, wait a minute, why didn't I take that opportunity? Why was I out of alignment? What made me pass that up? Where is the insecurity? What is this false belief? What is this limiting belief that is holding me back? And having to face that and get in and come into um, complete acceptance of what is, and complete acceptance of yourself. It's a journey. It's a journey. And during this journey, a lot of times we don't know the answers, because if we knew the answers, we would already be there. That's why it's a journey of expansion. That's why we're expanding ourselves and rising into our higher selves, expanding into new opportunities, new terrain, new places in life that we haven't touched yet. And as long as we are alive, we have that life spark within us, and there are options open, and there are achievements to have, and there is life to create, and there is happiness, or sorrow. You get to choose. You get to choose, and when you fully understand the miracle of life and your place in life, that you are an intangible is a word that's coming, but you are inseparable. You are a part, completely merged and immersed in the all, an aspect of the universe, one being, one representation of what can be made up from this magnificence. You are a miracle just in your existence itself. Even if you just think about the way that we were conceived, it was a complete miracle, chance of one in millions that this being would be conceived even. And then all of the life experiences that I've gone through that made up who I am now, that may have made up this being, and alongside my natural nature, it's a miracle. So when we're focusing on the miracle of it, you can see that, wow, if I came into existence, it was such a miracle that all options are open. That if all of creation came together to give me life and this life experience, then the same magnificence that created me made a purpose for it. There is a purpose for me. There was a reason why I came in. And all of that magnificence that was able to bring me life is also a provides for the life that I um, continue to have. I'm a little bit at a loss for words. I haven't been able to in the last few days. I've been deep in my own inner work. Um, I have I can barely recognize myself from who I am now and who I was a week and a half ago. The words are still. I feel like I'm still um, comprehending and letting everything settle. I don't have right now a lot of words. I did want to upload a video um, just to say hi and let you guys know what I've been going through and why I kind of disappeared. So things that I'm finding and just in relevance to what I'm talking about, you can see that there were a lot of things that I've gone through in this past couple of weeks. So I'm doing my best to bring a kind of um, the larger picture as it's coming through, as it's settling, and as the words rise. I know that there are going to be a lot of understandings, and once I get through this and I kind of get settled into it and go through to the other side, I'm going to be able to bring a lot more. I do see that there is nowhere to run to. I during the spiritual awakening, the pain is so intense that we get into these spirals, and we run away. And we're running away is it comes in many different forms. We run away by way of taking out. So we run away from our responsibilities, run away physically. That's one thing that I do. I go out into nature. I went to visit my girlfriend for a night this week. It's a 3 hour drive to Jerusalem and back. Um, and so I went, and literally I was running away. Um, but that is all part of it. You have to run until, and running away, it looks many different ways. Running away is also by way of addictions, or uh, talking to somebody and trying to get rid of the energy. So we talk to somebody so that we can feel better about it, or try to get um, security from other people. And when you get to a place where there is nowhere left to run, and nothing gives you that satisfaction anymore, there's nothing there that consoles you other than just doing the work. And so it's kind of coming into this quiet place. In the last few days, I've gone through it so deep within myself that at one point I came into this complete, it's like I went into this deep pain, and then everything just became silent and white and colorful. And it was like I was looking into my life from a place of complete quiet. I could feel the emotions, and I could feel the pain, and I could feel um, the detriment of it all. But at the same time, I was like a spectator into my own life. I was watching my own life from above and watching myself. And from that place, it seemed so simple. It seemed that, okay, your emotions are telling you where you're off. Okay, so listen to your emotions. But I could see that when you come into a place of complete quiet and breathe, there is nowhere to run to. That you cannot run away from yourself. That you cannot run away far enough. It's you, once you are on this spiritual awakening, you are on the spiritual awakening, and it is a given. You can either fight it and run away and prolong it, because you're not, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of facing your own emotions. You're afraid of the depths of yourself. You're afraid of your own pain. You're afraid of feeling. You're afraid of that emotional expansion. You're afraid to face yourself. You're afraid to stand up. Is that you don't have the courage to do it? What if I make a mistake? What if this? What if that? And you have all of these insecurities that have been playing in your mind since before you can even remember, and the fear of abandonment, and the fear of not being accepted. And what if I let go of everything and I go after what I truly want? What if I'm not worthy? But there is no such thing as not being worthy of yourself. You are worthy. You are yourself. You are worthy of yourself. The quicker you can let go and allow and surrender into it, there's nowhere to run. And even running, that is also part of it, because you have to run to realize that there is nowhere to run to. You take yourself with you. You take that pain with you. Um, and so once you let go of that, once there is no more satisfaction in all of the outs, then you finally have to just sit in it and breathe through it. And I'm finding within myself that it's just continuously creating movement in the direction that I want. What is the next task? Next task, do it. Next task, do it. And then during this process, just allow whatever emotions come up to be. Allow them to be there. Go through them. If you need to take a break, sit down and breathe through it, and let it be. Um, and the more that you do the things that you need to do and start creating movement, first of all, you are moving towards your dreams. So you are doing something in the right direction, even if what you're doing is just taking care of fires, things that are things that are have, when we're on this spiritual awakening, a lot of times we there are a lot of things in our lives that fall out because we just can't don't feel like we can deal with them. We lose all we feel like we just can't deal with it. And so even if what we're doing is just taking care of things that have fallen out without emotion, just take care of them. Just do the deed, do the task, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Once we are able to start doing that, even if we're still going through all the pain and we still feel like we're lost and we don't know exactly who we are, what we are, where we're going, even if we're still feeling that, at least we are sitting on top of a pile of accomplishment. I did dishes. I all of my laundry is done. I swept the floors. I swept the entrance. My bed is made. I make my bed every morning, but just the things that I can do, I'm doing. Take the dogs out for a walk if I feel like I have to get out into nature. Take the dogs for a walk. Just create some kind of movement and move through it, but positive movement, positive movement. There's nowhere to go. And there are no, I feel also on the spiritual awakening, a lot of times we feel like, okay, but there's no time. I have to do this. I have to do this. There's like pressure. And it's relieving the pressure, releasing the pressure, and just allowing yourself to be. There is, if you just move, and everything that needs to be done is going to take the time that it takes. So try to do like become present in whatever it is that you are doing in the moment, and become completely present in it, and and whatever it is that you are doing, you are going to be doing to the best of your ability. It deserves your attention. If it deserves being done, it deserves your attention. And that I've heard, um, God is in the details, and that is so true. Because when you do things and you pay attention to the details, first of all, you get immersed in it, and it is true that in the fine details is where you find the satisfaction in what it is that you are doing, is where you find the enjoyment, is where you find the detail of your life. It's where you expand your life, is in the small details. When you find a detail and you open up that detail, it's like you're opening up more and more options within whatever it is that you are doing, right? So it comes from, let's say, it comes from being completely flat, like I'm doing this. My mind is somewhere else, but I'm doing this. But if you are doing it and you're present while you're doing, you're opening it up and you're opening it up. So every single thing that you do opens up new and deeper levels. And that's also what we're doing in the spiritual awakening. We're opening up newer and deeper levels. So it's all a practice of that. So create movement, create movement. So that is going to be, I guess, the point of this video. So sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching.